Hey guys, welcome to the Coach Stephenson Show. Looks a little different. It's the Stephenson, Townsend, Smith Show today. Our anchor Dave Stokes is out of town visiting some family, so we wanted to go ahead and get the show out. And so we decided to bring these two guys in. They're going to introduce yourself, and then we'll kind of get going.
Trey Townsend, senior, play quarterback.
Christian Smith, I'm a senior and I play linebacker.
And before we get going, we definitely want to thank the iPlace as a sponsor of the Stephenson Show. They'll give you the address and some information about it.
101 South River Street.
This is the place with the big golden door.
That's right, the golden door right up from the school. Us young guys don't have to worry about eyes too much, but Mr. Stokes visits there pretty often. But played Cedartown on Friday night. It was a great environment, great place to play. They have brand new turf from last year. It's a team that has a lot of tradition. When you think about the state of Georgia football, Cedartown's up there in the top year in, year out. And Coach Abrams does a tremendous job there. So to go into a hostile environment, it was a great environment to get the win. Was big. It was big for the kids and the coaches and the fans as well. So anything y'all got to say about the environment or anything that stood out about the game?
Very fun game, very fun atmosphere, just down there in like a little hole and on their brand new turf and they got the little lots that everybody's getting nowadays and all that. It was a fun game.
Yeah, fans really brought it. Our fans too, both of them. It was a really fun environment. It
was good. Like I said, it's always good going there. It was a Fox 5 game that we ended up with it was the biggest. We've got probably 4 or 5 different hand trophies, but this year's was the biggest one ever. We still haven't found a place to put it in the trophy case, so hopefully we'll be able to do that. Anything else to say before we start watching some film? So what we're going to do today, guys, we're going to watch the film. Trey will give you a little bit of a rundown about things that were going on the offensive side, and Christian will do the defensive side, and we're going to kind of wing it, but we'll get the show out. So if we can go ahead and start watching some highlights. Got Carlos Lopez kicking here. Didn't want to kick it deep to these guys and get it to their speed guys, so we figured our defense could control the game, so just wanted to sky kick it and let the defense play. So Christian, tell us a little bit about what we practiced versus what we played the other night.
Well, traditionally they're in the wing tee, but they came out in something completely different. I mean, they just went complete spread, and it kind of threw us off. But I think after halftime, the coaches got us adjusted real well. And
yeah, so they'd been in the shotgun maybe 2 snaps in about 2 years or 3 years we've been watching them, and they came out in for the most part, heavy shotgun. They get in this and run some counter and stuff like that, but they didn't do most of their what we practiced all week was not what we saw. So the defense did a great job of flying around. A lot of defense is just if you get lined up right and effort's good, you're gonna have a successful defense. Several penalties right here. They had 12 men in the huddle. Broke the huddle with 12. So we got Schuler coming up, and I think Alec Upshaw made the tackle there. Up front, we got Aiden Veal, Montez Bird, and Sager Quinn. Forced a punt. Like I said, that's what we wanted to do when we sky kicked it. So the offense was going right here. Do a little out route to who?
Went to Calhoun Chadwick.
That's right. Y'all can talk a little bit. Tell me about what's going on right here. Handing off up the middle there to Caden. We thought we could block them up front, and for the most part we did. They got us a few times, but Hall's Hogs did a really good job up front. They're getting better and better each week. Throw there to Caden. I'm trying to get my co-host here to talk a little bit, but a good third down conversion there. That was a big. Anytime you can get a third down on the first drive to get things going is huge. And then we throw a little check screen out there to Cohen as well. Offsides there, so back us up, which those are tough penalties to have, but we'll make up for it, I think, the next play. You got to make sure he's pointing to the right side, I guess. They have to point to the home crowd. Get a little screen over here to Cameron Penny. He had a Good week of practice, good play right here, blocking out there by Isaac Green. Late hit, he was well out of bounds and got a late hit by their 27, so attacked him 15 yards on. So we made up for that 5-yard penalty we had to begin with is gone now. So Trey, what do you think going into it? What was your thoughts on their defense and different things that we could attack them?
I just felt like they had some good defenders. The safeties and corners were they're very athletic, and also I just felt like we had more athletic receivers who could come at them and attack them. I also knew that we could get the run game going this week. Just knew that the Halls Hogs were going to do their thing.
And we did. They made some good holes, and Caden ended up rushing for 160, almost 165 yards. A lot of them tough-nosed runs that he was making people miss in the hole or running people over as well. Good play here, good pocket presence by Trey, and stepped up and hit Amari for the first touchdown. So when you defer the kick like we did, you want to go 3 and out and then go score, and that's what happened there. So it was a great first drive of the defense, special teams, defense, and then offense. Got Carlos kicking there, kicked it deep, just about got in the end zone. They're covering. I think Caleb Adcock was in there on the tackle, Jacob Schuler, and Baylor Johnson.
Ran a lot of jet sweep.
There were a lot of jet sweep. I talked to Coach Abrams afterward. He didn't feel like they could block us up front. They didn't run a trap a single time, and we worked the heck out of that last week. But like I said, we got 11 white shirts flying around. That's all 11 in the screen right there. Playing real hard. Linebackers, Christian himself, and Ben Williams and Alec Upshaw are playing great. Anytime they can throw a 5 hitch, if they can do that all the way down the field, you'll pretty much let them. We want to bend but not break, and that's what we're doing there. Mm-hmm. It's just if they can do it consistently.
We really liked the B-gap stunts all game. We ran a lot of those.
And get to the quarterback right there for a sack from co-host right here, co-anchor. A lot of discussions this week with the referees. It wasn't the fastest game. But again, they're trying to get on the edge right here.
Mm-hmm. Just got to make them run the hump.
Yeah, good pursuit there by Bird, and setting the edge there by, I think it was Schuler. Another jet sweep, as Christian talked about. So, Christian, our biggest thing was trying to line up in practice. What was there a big difference in trying to line up to this? Was it easier in the game to line up?
It was a little bit harder because in practice, on film, we had seen that the tight end, number 19, he would line up on the side he was going to stay on.
Yeah.
But in the game, he lined up in the middle, so it was a little bit more difficult. You had to keep your eyes on the offense the whole time.
Yeah, I guess. So, like I said, it was totally threw us off there at the beginning. We're still playing hard, still stopping them. Gave them a muff punt right here and gave them a short field, which when you going into the game, that was going to be tough. And we talked to Trey and the offense about taking advantage of possessions because they control the ball so much. And turnovers are something you can't do when you only have a limited number of possessions, as we'll see in this first half. Jane Thomason, our show's producer in the background back there, almost got to it right there. So they stole this from us last year. We had 2 kickers most of the year last year, and after we played them, they put it in, and just kind of makes you cover the whole field. Baylor Johnson did a great job. He got probably got 7 or 8 right there, but I think he ended up with 20 or 25 yards of return yards. So switched up right there. Tell them who ran that one.
Hunter White on the carry right there ran the ball very good Friday night.
Yeah, up front we got Christian Bale and Thomas Wales, obviously our 2 returners, and they're playing really well, making the right calls, and doing a good job of improving those guys. With Grant Prine, Tyler Banta, and Chris Ellis is the other senior. Jake Jordan down here at Z. Friday night we had a lot of people play. So that's the first quarter, and this is our second possession. So it's really, we preach it all week in practice of taking advantage of it, but we've had 1 possession and 1 touchdown. Trey did a really good job right there of just taking what they gave us out on the edge.
Hunter again.
moving the ball. I think we had a penalty there. I think that was called the chop block that we questioned, and guy got taken out right here. Was not able to
Took him
return
out.
to the game. He was concerned, the chain guy, because he had a fishing tournament the next day, and he fell on his wrist, and he was trying to see if he could cast over there. But hopefully he was able to make it to the lake or wherever he was. Great job again. Getting Caden out there at receiver was huge, and Trey there. That was an awesome throw. Had pressure in his face and put it right on the money. So, offense is clicking right here. Trey's doing a good job of running the offense. Offensive line's blocking, and the receivers are out there making plays.
Runs them over.
It's a good run here. 27 is a George commit junior that Caden had to get past to get to the end zone. Did a good job. Snap by Matt Scoggins, hold by Isaac Green, and Carlos handled all of the kicking on Friday. No sky kick. It's pretty good coverage right there by Jaden Thomason. That's exactly what his job is. When you sky kick, the speed guys get down there and make the play. Anytime you can back them up inside the 30 is we want touchbacks, but inside the 30 is good too to set up Christian defense. I feel like our back end played really well. Also, the corners with McCaden being out, Jaden stepped up, and later on you get Justin Beasley in there. But right now it's Bryant, Cohen, Isaac, and Jaden on the back end doing a good job of adjusting, because they practice one thing as well. We had in practice you had one cover corner and one that was kind of going to be involved in the run game, and got in the game. It was something different. Yeah, Greg got in, made an instant play. What's really good is you see everybody run to the football. What prepares y'all to run to the football at Christian?
I mean, just knowing that you can make a play. You can make it, like, the amount of turnovers we forced this year, anybody's got an opportunity to get that ball out or make a play and get a stop, help our offense get back onto the field.
Yeah. And y'all are doing a great job of flying around. So tell us walk us through that right there, fake punt.
So all week, Coach Perkins, he had told me to follow this guy in motion, because mostly he'll either block and stay, or he'll either release.
Yeah.
And he released right there, and he told me exactly what to do, and I was right in position to make the play.
Yeah, it was a great play there. And they tried to sneak a fake punt. They'd shown on film a couple of times, so it was a good job of Christian sniffing it out. So we get the ball back, try to take a shot to Isaac Green. It was just close, wasn't it, Trey?
Yeah, really close. Could have been more over the top, but
It's still a good throw. Whenever you get shot plays, you give the receivers a chance, and we just about hit it on that one. Got Ben Williams in at our W position. This was a big third down conversion as well. Right after our turnover, you don't want to go 3 and out, and Mari ran a corner right there, and Trey stuck it on him.
Yeah, they were still getting their defensive call, and I just told the offensive line, just let's go.
Yeah. I thought Cedartown played very hard. They lost 2 in a row, but I told the guys all week that they were going to come out and play hard. They busted out their black helmets. It's the first time they'd worn those, I think, since their state championship back in the 80s or something like that. So I told Coach Abrams that we would have coordinated and we'd have won gold if he was going to wear black. But they looked good, and they did. They came out and played extremely hard. This is exactly what you want out of a punt right here. Isaac Green's doing a tremendous job. Unfortunately, walk us through this one right here, Christian.
Yeah.
Just a 96 yards, and if you see where Jaden is, when he breaks, that's great effort, tremendous effort to let us live another play, and that's something that I feel like we pride ourselves on. That's 3 times that we've chased somebody down to give our defense a chance to make a stop, because you never know what's going to happen. They can have penalties or turnovers or whatever. So tremendous effort there by Jaden to catch him. Unfortunately, they do score, but still, it gives you a little bit of momentum, or you feel good that your defense is playing that hard, and you got guys that are giving it their all right there, Christian. It's a kickoff return. They can kick it everywhere. So we practice a lot in practice of them kicking it all over the place, and they kick the better a few times, and there's a 15, 20-yard return.
Yeah. Calhoun right here.
Yeah, hit a little comeback route to Calhoun. This is kind of a 2-minute drill. I think we got the ball back with 3 minutes to go or something like that. It's on our fourth possession this time of the half. So to put in that perspective, normally you get 12-ish or so possessions in a game, and 2-minute drives don't really count part of that. So you look at full drives. So we'd have 3 full drives and a 2-minute right here. This one we'd like to have back, not the throw, not this play, but just this drive. We really need to score before halftime to kind of to get on up a little bit. And we drove it down there. Did a great 2-minute drive to get down there, then kind of flutter out here. They called timeout, had Amari back in the backfield, and they weren't lined up correctly. Good job there, just throwing it away. Maybe getting a pass interference if we can, but nobody else was catching that except for Amari. He's trying to get timeout right there. I wish he'd have caught it. Give Carlos a mulligan, but
he had the leg. He just missed it.
Oh yeah, he boomed it. He boomed it. So now there's 30, 40 seconds left. We just want to hang on,
keep them in bounds too.
Yeah, as much as we can, and not give up. As you see later, they got speed that we couldn't catch on one of the plays later on in the second half. So just didn't want any big thing to happen and go into halftime and kind of get adjusted. And they're not a passing offense. That wasn't going to scare you on the 2-minute drive, but just one of their little backs breaking one and missing some tackles, and that was the worry right here of their version of the 2-minute drive. I think this is the last play. They just run a quarterback sweep, again, maybe trying to break something.
Yeah, try to get that ball out.
Yeah.
Give us another shot.
Yeah. So anyway, went to halftime, and so halftime adjustments defensively. What did they look like, you think?
Well, we tried. We had came out of really dog check, which is basically our man, and what we did was we saw that there was one guy that was in when they were running their traditional offense, and when he was out, we would just play it how we normally would play it every other week. And when he was in, we'd go to our defense we'd been practicing.
Yeah, that's good. And Trey, offensively, what some things that we did look at halftime?
Just looking at different runs, and decided we're just going to keep going underneath. They're going to stay over top, pick them apart pretty much, and felt like we succeeded.
Yeah, kind of pieced this run together here at halftime, something they hadn't seen, and we got some good mileage off of this. A few runs in a row. The line did a great job, and Caden did a good job of hitting the hole. Got called back there for
legal formation.
Yes, we had too many men in the backfield. Just the penalties that you can't have. But again, get 8 or 10 yards on the play, get some of the penalty yards back. Really good catch here. Just ran a little quick out to or a hitch route to Calhoun, and Trey did a good job putting on him. Good blocking here, and the end zone copy of this play is unbelievable. You see Caden make one of their best DBs miss right in the hole.
Yeah.
That's something that separates him from other running backs. He's doing a good job of not just finishing runs, but that was a cut in the hole to make somebody miss, which was huge. So we're feeling pretty good, come out in the second half and score was what you want to do. It's just one of those games that I felt like we controlled the game, but we never could quite pull away from them.
Yeah.
Had a legal formation right here. You got to have 4 people on each side, or 4 people on one side of the kicker and 6 on the other, and we had 3 and 7. Again, we had some injuries, and just trying to piece special teams together is the toughest part. Alec took a shot right there. I was arguing for a blindside block, but I argued for a lot and didn't get much.
Yeah, he shook it off though.
Yeah, he did. I think it was more bark than it was bite. Good job there by Sager and
Schuler.
Like Isaac Green or Schuler. It's hard to tell those apart with the numbers. That was Schuler. Up front, I think we got Trey Perkins in there right now. who did a good job of the way they were playing. You need a little bit of speed right there. I think or quickness. I think he gave us a little edge there. So this is that's their one pass they hit. I think they hit it twice on this drive. Third and down conversion that they made there. It's third and I think that was about 12 or so.
Yeah. You just got to shake it off and keep going.
That's right. Back to as Christian alluded to earlier, back to the jet sweep. We shut down pretty quickly. Moved right there on their side. Never was quite sure who they'd call stuff on this whole game. They ended up in the second half, tried to charge us with timeout. Tried to run a little sprint out, hitch route, probably a China behind it. Again, defense playing hard, flying to the ball, playing their responsibility, and that's what it takes. I think that was a second and long. I don't think it's third and long, but same play. But again, it's a bend but not break mentality that our defense has, and we feel like we'll make more plays than them in the long run. Great job there by Christian getting through there. Didn't quite make the tackle, but you forced him out of bounds. So I'll give you credit for
as long as you can just buy everybody else time to get there.
There again, another big gap stunt that Christian was talking about, and forced him out of the pocket, so he had no chance to make the throw. And Ben and Gregory finished the drill for Christian. Quarterback threw it decent. They don't make him throw it too much, but went into the game and had to throw it a little bit. That's a big play in the game as well, because they were going to cut it to 4, and Justin Beasley stepped in there and blocked the field goal attempt.
Big momentum shift.
Yeah, anytime you get special teams plays like that, against us in the first half with the muff punt, but anytime you can block a punt or block a kick, recover an onside kick, anything like that is huge momentum shift. Good job here by Caden. I think he got just what he needed for the first down.
Yep.
We thought it was going to be short.
I thought it was short for a second.
We'd run our heavy package out, and then they said no, it was first down. So. Good job here of just pitch and catch.
Second effort, yep.
To
Really
get the
good
first
by
down, we'll take 5 yards, but then anything extra at that is individual effort, and that's what he did there. Blake Hammond in there now at W to give Ben a little rest. It's a great run. Great finish there.
Good job by Amore right there.
Just not forcing not getting a turnover. Sometimes when the ball's up, you teach those guys and now you become the defender. If the ball's in the air, just try to make sure they don't catch it so we can play another down. That's what he did right there. Another good run by Hunter White.
Good job by Cohen here getting the first down.
Yeah, any time another coach went down, people flying, bodies are dropping everywhere. Anytime you can just get first downs, that's something that we've really improved on since Blessed Trinity. Blessed Trinity, we could never move the sticks to flip field position. Because even if these drives don't end in points, you're at least flipping field position and getting first downs. And then, throw a screen to Amari. And
they ain't tackling him.
Yeah, they didn't want to tackle him. If you go back and look at the end zone.
Yeah, he was moving.
The O-line did a good job of getting out there, but didn't have to do much because they a couple of them, they making business decisions, getting out of the way of 85 there. Good kick here by Carlos, and I think we'd kind of given up on it because we saw the returners give up on it, and he just about busted right here. Super fast kid, but that's, we put our best tackler in that spot that Christian's in, and he's the perfect spot for it, or perfect player for it right now.
Gregory.
Yeah, he just makes it so easy.
Kickoffs, what's your role right there?
I mean, really, it's kind of to get close enough to where if somebody breaks it, then I can make the play.
Yeah.
And let's hope that kickers.
So you're not really the safety. We've got a safety from the backside, but you're the tackler. You're there to just mirror the runner and be there in case they get past our front and second line, and you're there to make a tackle, what you did there.
Yeah, help the kickers out a little bit if they got to.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have to. They'll be ready, though. It's a good punt right here. It's tough to field. That's what we told Justin after the first one. The ones that are sometimes in the air and sometimes on the ground, sometimes right or left. They're just tough to field. So we'd rather him err on the side of letting our offense have it than risking it. Another good run there by Caden. Good block by Blake Hammett. So we're getting close to the end of the third quarter right here. Last play or two of it, I guess we're up 7 at this point. I think
14.
14.
Yeah, about 14. That's right, because they score when they flip the field. Got Stowe Morgan in at receiver. Isaac Green out here playing a different. Let's go. Isaac was played several different positions. It was when we had a few injuries and a few people that are out. We just get him to go line up, and he can play pretty much any position on the field.
Good job giving everybody time to get down there.
That's right. He does a great job of getting good knack at that. Just sometimes it's unfortunate on the bounce. That bounce backwards instead of forward, but still a good punt. Make the tackle there. And, Justin Beasley got stuck in there at corner and probably didn't get a rep.
I don't
think he got a rep.
I don't think he practices.
He was ready.
He goes through individual, but probably didn't get a rep in practice because he plays scout team for us on the offensive side. So, but he went there and did a great job. Good job there by Isaac, setting it and letting the defense do its job. So those are some more traditional type plays. They're doing it from the gun, but
there goes
this was that's an athlete out in space. It's tough to do anything about.
Yeah.
Luckily we limited those the other night, but anytime you can get playmakers like that, the ball in space, there's a chance to make a play, and they did that. Sometimes you have to just say credit to the offense and credit to the athletes and do it. Tough right here. It's even if you know it's coming, you still got to catch it. It's still a tough thing to do, as we found out the last couple of years doing those kicks. Sometimes they knew they were coming, but if the kicker can make it bounce over your head, not much you can do about it. So big stand right here for the defense, or big spot to step up right here. It was kind of a sudden change, just like a turnover for the defense. So I know, Christian, y'all take a lot of pride in it. Doesn't matter where, as long as there's downs to play, y'all gonna try to stop them.
Yeah, and Alec right here got excited.
Yeah, it was a good job. Showed a little emotion. Look at that jumping up. The fans were calling for a horse collar right there. I don't think it was, but it was close. And then explain this to me right here, Christian.
Well, we were in safe, but Sager was just so good getting back there and tipping it, and then I'm going to be honest. I mean, that thing just went straight to me.
Yeah, you just closed your hands and it was there. Yeah, it was a great play. Because anytime we work on it, if you get a block and it goes past the line of scrimmage, it just lets you know the rules. If it would have hit Christian, or he wouldn't have caught it, if he didn't have the great hands that he has, and he wouldn't have caught it, they could have recovered the ball.
Yep.
So if it stays on their side of the line of scrimmage, it's a dead ball. Great catch here. I don't want us to talk over this. That was a great job. I feel like I called 2 poor plays in a row. I said on the headset, maybe Trey and Amaro bailed me out. And my gosh, I did. And that was a huge third down conversion there.
Amazing catch.
Yeah, definitely a highlight reel. That was a great throw. I asked Coach Holly on the headset because we wanted to call it, and I wasn't sure if it was too far of a throw. He said, no, you can make it, and you put it right on the money. Had a holding call, called it back. Another holding call here. There's 4 minutes to go in the game, and we get 2 holding calls in a row with no holding calls the whole entire game, which is tough. This was almost disastrous as well. So we're just trying to, we feel like we've controlled it, and all of a sudden it's a 7-point game, and we've had 2 penalties in a row and a sack. So it's again, we're gonna have to put it in the defense's hands, unfortunately. Or fortunately for us, we got a great defense. But we would have liked to have hit that post corner down there to Jutt and been inside the 10 without the holding call. That's one thing that kills an offense. If you get behind the sticks, it just throws everything off, especially at a time like this when you really just wanting to get some first downs and run some clock.
Another great punt, though.
Yeah, he punted over their head.
He helped us all night with those kind of punts.
Yeah. Good job here. Didn't have a hole. He tried to bounce it back to the backside, and I think, Christian, you were there again.
Good job by their quarterback.
It was just getting out there and making something happen. But again, we want to stay on that back end. We don't want to give him something big.
Yeah.
Doubt he can go 80 to score, but if he can get it to one of those guys, they can do it. So just keep playing hard defense right here. Good tackle by
Isaac Green.
Isaac Green.
Jake
This
O'Shea.
right here, juggle, called it, and I'm giving him credit for the touchdown right here. But,
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like in the back.
Maybe if he fell down, but he
He opened up when you look at it. But anyway, I argued and didn't go anywhere. But this sequence of events gave me a headache. Like, I felt good the whole game, but those two holding calls, and then that call, and then this next when they
said we used a timeout.
Yes. So they gave us a timeout rather than them, and my question was, we're not going to call timeout. They're running the clock. We're trying to run the clock out. They're the ones that stopped it. So I think they ended up getting it right. Again, we're one first down away.
Ooh.
Trey, tell us what we saw right there.
Well, we ran like a freeze play first, and I saw that they were basically just bringing everybody they had, and I don't think anyone expected me to pull the ball, and I did, and it worked out.
That's right, 100%. That is on Trey right there, on Patrick Mahomes, excuse me. I think he watched Chiefs games the other day and tried to pull it, but great play. I feel like Trey was in control of the game, the entire game. He was in tune with the running game, screen game, pass game. Definitely played his best game to me of his career, and not just the throws. We know you can make the throws, but just the overall what you saw going on in the offense was huge. So we got to keep it up.
I didn't even see him doing all this toss around stuff.
Yeah, they're trying to. We're up 2 scores, so they got to have a miracle in a bottle somehow. And luckily they don't have a miracle in a bottle. Good job there. I think that might have been the last one. Again, high place. Tell them where to find it. How to get there.
101 South River Street.
The big old golden door.
And guys, that's we appreciate y'all watching. We're playing. So this week, tell us about this week. What we got this week?
We got the people across town.
We got
homecoming. Big game as always, or they think it's a big game.
It's always a big game. Always a big game for when you play your crosstown rival. A lot of guys that are on that team have grown up with these guys or been to school here, and vice versa. So it's a huge game. And then on top of that, it's homecoming. So tell us what goes on with homecoming this week.
We got a bunch of activities. You got dress-up days every day. You got homecoming, building the floats and stuff.
So tell him who you were today. You should have came in costume. This morning he walks in and you're in.
There's about a group of 10 of us in Ninja Turtle costumes.
Which one were you?
I have no
what
idea.
color?
I was blue.
That's
The
Leonardo.
blue one.
That's Leo.
Yeah.
Leo was my favorite one growing up. Did you dress up?
Yeah, I was Captain America.
Captain America. So I did not partake in dressing up. Nor will I, probably the rest of the week. But it's always a fun time. You know, the good thing about Calhoun is we get to have fun like that. Our administration does a good job of pushing those out and letting us do that. And the football team has always done a really good job of, participating in that, but also keeping the main thing, and the focus is Friday night at 7:30 because that's what people come there to watch. So hopefully we'll be able to have fun this week and still focus when we get to practice and be able to come out Friday night with a good one. I guess that's it. You got anything to say? All right, visit the eye place for all your eye care needs. I think that's what Dave says, and we will see y'all next time.